Hi everybody, this is Nerdoctive. I get asked a lot how I'm making such great gear with the Herodric cube, so I thought I'd take a minute and show you. Let's start with the Obols vendor. I'm going to buy an inventory of pants for this.
A legend. An egg.
Nice.
Hey. Yeah. Not too bad.
Alright, so let's look and see what we had, or what we got. We'll go through a couple of scenarios. We've got this GA with armor on it. That's a pretty good stat. We're probably going to lose it, to be honest, if we build from this one. So let's move on. We'll use that as a secondary, though. We're going to try to build a duplicate, or as close to it as we can, to what I'm currently wearing. So this is a good start. We have 1 resistance and we have strength. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll this lightning resistance and try to grab either resist all or armor. So I'm going to do a focused re-roll. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab the defenses protectors. And we're going to transmute. Got poison resist, we just do it again. Max life is terrible for my build, so we're going to keep going.
If I cannot be in the wilderness, this will do.
We're having some real trouble getting there today, but we'll keep going. Like I said, we've got a few hundred of these rolls in us, so it doesn't matter. There we go. So now we have strength and armor. We look at it now, we are 2 stats out of 4. The next one we want to hit is going to be Fury Regeneration or Resist All. We're probably not going to get Resist All here, but that's okay. We just need 3 out of 4, so we can use the other enchantment option to get the Resist All. We'll go with Add an Affix. We're going to add, instead of adding a defensive one, we're going to add a resistance one. Single resistance. Now, I could re-roll this a few hundred times and get to it eventually. That's a waste of time and resources to me, because you can get it a lot easier on the enchantment vendor. So let's move on to getting our fury per second, our resource. So we're going to add. There you go. Fury regeneration. So now we've got our 3 out of 4 stats. I'm not going to show you how to use the occultist. Like, everybody knows how to use the occultist, right? We're going to go we would go in here. I'll roll it once, see what happens. Didn't work. You know, we'd keep doing this as many times as we want. Eventually we're going to get yeah, we're going to get resist all. It's going to happen.
May you find
I don't need a new piece of gear, so I'm just showing you the process. Then we would come in here, and since we're building gear, right, we probably don't have a perfect set yet, so we're gonna do everything first to make the set perfect before we worry about how can we use some of the tips and tricks that others have shared, like Rob, on how to get even better gear. Let's just focus on how to get you a perfect set of gear easily. So now we're going to masterwork, right?
Anyone asks, tell them it's from Skovos.
Got armor. Not bad. Let's say, but all right. So the most important for my build right now is fury regeneration. So let's
Worthy of the ancients, this.
so we're gonna keep going. There we go. We hit it. Now we have 7 fury regeneration on this. Then after we masterwork, because we did the masterworking first because we want to hit that fury regeneration, right? So 1 in 4 is easier than 1 in 5. But now we're going to add our armor, and we're going to guarantee a masterwork on this. And here's how we're going to do that. All right, we're going to temper it. Didn't get it. Just reroll it. Now that you can target a specific stat, you just keep rerolling. Let's add another roll. We can just keep doing this until we get our guaranteed masterwork. Doesn't take long in my experience. I would never normally add one at a time or more than one, because I wouldn't want to waste a resource, right? Because you can get that and still have one left, and then that's not great. But I was doing it there to try to speed up our process. Of course, it's RNG on top of RNG, so while making a recording, it's never going to work for me. This may be the single greatest rolled piece I've ever done before getting it. And if you do get frustrated, and this is... Oh, there we go. So we've now got 5 stats, 1 GA armor, Fury regeneration. You can also hit GA in your occultist. I mean, this could be easily 2 GA masterwork item for 3 boosted stats. Now, the next step is, let's put our affix on it, right? We want heavenly.
Fate must have plans for you.
Now, looking at that, that is a pretty nice set of armor. By comparison,
Goodbye.
we have one last step to do.
It's been a pleasure.
We go into our cube again. We throw our new piece of armor in, and now we're going to transmogrify, or transfigure. We transfigure it. That gave us 3 boosted item quality. Not the best transfigure, but when we look, how does it compare to our currently equipped item? If it hadn't been for that, me not getting the resist all, this actually would have been an upgrade for Fury regeneration, which probably means I would have gone to it, because the little bit of strength I'm losing, strength's not my downside right now. But I hope this helps everybody. That was how to take, we took one good, semi-okay piece of blue ancestral, and we made a pretty kick-ass piece to wear there. So now let's look at what happens when you have a good piece to work with that has several stats on it we don't like, but one we do. I think this is a good example of that, right? We've got 2 out of 4 stats on it. How do we get the 2 we want on it? Well, first thing we do is we look at what do we want to target. Potion capacity is a utility, so let's get rid of that, because that's not in the category we want. We'll throw that in there, and we hit remove affix. And now it's gone. And we know we need 2 defenses, or 2 other stats on it, right? We talked about we want armor and resist all, so those are defenses. We can now reroll our defense on a focused reroll, and this is going to give us a chance, because there's only 1 defense on this, we have a greater chance of getting the stat to reroll we want, in hopes to get our resist all, or our armor. Look at that, we got it. So now we're at 3 out of the 4 stats. It doesn't matter what the 4th one is. We can use the occultist and get it. But we're gonna, so let's just add a quick defensive affix. We got physical resistance. Not bad. We take it over the occultist. We do everything again. Now, let's do... How do we incorporate the getting to transmog or transfigure affixes on it, right? Everybody wants to know, how do you have your, where is it? My amulet has one, like, how do you have all these ridiculous multi-transmogrified items that are out there? And the answer is we transmogrify or transfigure, whatever you want to call it, before. All right, let's take this one. It's an 850. We don't care. We're going to go in. We're going to transfigure. Now, it's unmodifiable. It's garbage. Do the next one. Because you see, I don't care what the stats on it are. I can make that good. We just saw that. So, assuming we're doing this with an ancestral, and I don't have one in my inventory here right now to work with. Let's see if we can go get one. Let's do it right.
I'll be here, swinging away.
It's down.
There we go. The first one.
It's worth some. A legendary prize for. I thought mainlanders had a sense of adventure.
Look at that. We have 2 out of 4 stats. This would be an awesome piece of gear if we could end up doubling up its. We have several to try. Now this is a 1 in 20 shot. Okay, so I'm not expecting any of these to work. But what we do is we transfigure. Nope. There we go. We just got 7.7% cooldown reduction. It's still modifiable. So we have potential here to make this better than what I have. And how do we do that? Well, we take those 2 defensive stats we have there. Right? So we have 2 defensive stats we don't need. Either one of them. And we do a focused reroll. Actually, I screwed up. We should have done a remove affix first. If we wanted to try to reroll both of them. But we don't need to. We have 3 out of our 4. Oh, we don't. We have max life, dang it. So what can we do? We're going to do a chaotic reroll. We're going to pull a defensive one off and hope to get barrier generation or life because we have our armor now. All right. That strength, max life. Got rid of our max life. That's the key. That's the most important thing in my build is no max life on any gear. So We got rid of it, and now we go back to our focused reroll. Just keep rolling until we have no max life, and we have either resist all or armor. Alright, so we can try. We're getting nowhere fast, right? But we have this little trick. We can target the resistance that's on it. And chaotic reroll, if you look at it, does a random affix to one of another. So we use the tuning prism to determine the category of the randomly chosen affix. So we're going to say, take our resistance and give us anything else. It gave us resource, which is great. Now we're not bouncing back and forth between two stats. And as we saw earlier, when you have one stat, it's a lot easier to where is it? It does not like barrier generation. Alright, so it must be calling that a utility? It is. It's calling our something a utility is what it looks like. Let's see. There we go. We have strength, armor, frenzy, barrier generation. Now I can take this over to here. I'm going to actually roll on this because where'd it go? There it is. So like I said, this stands a chance to be an upgrade for me. The ultimate question here is, can we get it before it becomes financially impossible?
My demons are quiet here. Mostly.
Resist all. Look at that. Alright, so we look at it side by side. So the reason this is a chance at a better item for me is it has that extra cooldown reduction. But now, if we go back here and we try to transfigure, right, there's a chance to brick it. make it unmodifiable. So we want to go through our whole process before we come back to that. If I was smart, I'd have done
Oh,
everything
that
at
is
the
a
occult to sell
fairness,
at once,
isn't it?
but I didn't. So we do our master working again.
That is a scary craftsmanship.
Armor's not bad. I don't need armor. I think now resistol. That's really, really nice. So I'm going to keep that. I think for this, and then
Mainlander, what do you seek?
we'll put our heavenly aspect on it.
Ancients, watch over this one.
And then we're going to temper until we hit our there it is. All right. Then we throw it back in here. We transfigure again. We got unmodifiable for our second one, but we hit GA on our plus as a +5 to frenzy stat replacement from the transfigure. So not great, right? Um, transfigure is a random bag. Everything in this game, but that's how you make a roll at um, having awesome gear from the Herodric cube. I hope that helped everybody. If it did, like and subscribe. I'm going to start making more content.